William Lai is considered one of the main enemies and threats in China. He openly fought for the recognition of Taiwan as an independent state, since both Beijing and Taipei officially consider themselves to be China and claim the entire territory of China and the island of Taiwan at once. The discussion about renouncing these claims in Taiwan has been ongoing for a long time, but politicians with such a cause have not yet come to power. This could change as early as January, when the island will hold presidential and parliamentary elections. William Lai is the current vice president and one of the three candidates. His visit to the U.S. can therefore be called part of the election campaign.
At this crucial moment, I want to once again promise this time and place that no matter how significant the threat of authoritarianism is to Taiwan, we will absolutely not be afraid or cowardly. We will uphold the values of democracy and freedom. Peace and security in the Taiwan Strait is not just a Taiwan issue, but an international issue that concerns all countries in the world. When Taiwan is safe, the world will be safe. When there is peace in the Taiwan Strait, there will be peace in the whole world.
Beijing always sharply reacts to any contact between Taiwanese and U.S. officials, but because of Lai's position, this time the signals are particularly threatening. Along with the Chinese Navy and Air Force's demonstrative raids around the island, China also conducts joint maneuvers with Russia in waters near Japan and Alaska. Analysts say that such military diplomacy is a way to intimidate the region's democracies.
Capturing Taiwan means China has a road straight through, able to control and dominate the Western Pacific, and the sea lanes upon which U.S. allies like Japan depend, and perhaps ultimately push the U.S. out of the region altogether. Jonathan Saxty, columnist, political observer, on the blog for the Express edition.
The Chinese Communist Party states that it is preparing to take over the island by force. Earlier, various speeches by Chinese President Xi Jinping mentioned the need to do so by 2027. However, Chinese speakers and international experts now say that Beijing may start acting even earlier, perhaps next year. Such a race is due to the fact that the PRC is surrounded by stable democracies allied to the U.S. by sea. These include Japan, Korea, Taiwan, and the Philippines. They see China as a threat and are actively developing their military-industrial complex. This significantly reduces Beijing's chances for success.
Meaning that this triangle, the United States, Japan, Korea, must function perfectly. The White House understands this, which is why we will have historic talks on the 18th of August at Camp David, the winter residence of the U.S. presidents, with Joe Biden, Fumio Kishida and President Yoon Suk Yeol in attendance. And it is great. I think they are going to end up with some serious results and a vision of how they are going to respond to the first stirrings of the Chinese threat.
Because of the threat from China, Japan is reviving its military-industrial complex and is preparing to amend its constitution to remove Article 9 on the renunciation of the army, and South Korea is deepening its cooperation with the U.S. In July, for the first time in 30 years, American nuclear submarines began visiting the country's military bases. Reported by Diana Kolesnik, Danila Kobza, UATV News.